Good day to you. This is David Bertrand with Balancing the Triad, Body, Mind, and Spirit. Hope you're doing well today on, what is today? Wednesday, hump day. Well, at least for some people anyways. So Balancing the Triad. What if you can handle the challenges that life throws at you, kind of with grace and ease? You let them kind of roll off your back, from the small stuff to the large stuff. That's how I found out the importance of working my body, my mind, and my spirit. I went in for a biopsy for the tumor in my sinus. There was complications. I woke up in ICU the next day, and I kind of realized that was okay. Went back the following week, got a cancer diagnosis. Went back the following week and had 8-hour surgery. And I kind of handled it all with grace and ease. I just went with the flow, dealt with my emotions the best I could with the situation, which is what it was all about. I couldn't control it, but I could control how I reacted to it. So that's what part of Balancing Triad is. And you get to work on your health and wellness at the same time. So you get to be healthier as all the way around on your body, your mind, and your spirit. Today's topic, do you actually spend time in nature? And I want to change this a little bit to not just spend time in nature because you can just walk outside and not pay attention to what you're going on, but actually spend time and pay attention to what's going on around you. Now, this is actually part of environmental spirituality. Environmental spirituality is either belief in a higher power and or being in connection with the nature around you, your environment. And this kind of goes back to like being children. How often do you say kids are the ones that are squatting down and watching a bug crawl across around? They're just fascinated by it. And as adults, a lot of times we forget that fascination. We forget that childlike wonder. I think we really need to retain that. But it's getting a chance to enjoy nature around us. Now, granted, I'm fully guilty of this one here. I don't necessarily like going out in the backyard. I'd rather be sitting on the beach watching the ocean waves or watching the lake. So there is a difference in environment about what you like. Yet, we can take benefit and make use of around us. There's also the aspect of being able to go barefoot. There's that, what's referred to as earthing. I'm not going to go into that. That's a completely different topic. But if you've ever gone to like a beach and spent a lot of time barefooted, you're full of energy, you sleep well, and you come back home and you're like that for a while, and it starts to go back. Well, that's part of the earthing. The bare contact with the earth makes a huge difference. Check up earthing if you're interested in that. But it's just being aware and awe of what's around you. Like early this morning, we had a lunar eclipse. It was called the super blood flower moon, I think of what it was. Super moon because of the way the orbit of the moon and Earth was. They were closer together, so it seems a little larger. Flower, so super flower blood moon or super blood flower moon, something like that. The blood was supposed to have a tint of red to it, the way it came across. And flower moon is what old Farmer's Almanac, even Native Americans, called it during May because of the blooming of the flowers. Now, I misunderstood when I looked up the timing of it because I got up at 4 o'clock this morning to go out. Well, for about 10 o'clock last night, I was able to go outside with a decent pair of binoculars. I was able to look at a nice full moon, nice bright colors. Binoculars don't have a telescope, but with binoculars could actually see at least the craters in the moon. It was really neat to see it up, at least close up with your own eye. So I got up at 4 o'clock this morning because that's the time I see. It was 4:11. But what I misunderstood was 4:11 on the west coast of the United States was when the full eclipse was going to take place and last about 15 minutes. And when I looked up there, I was outside with the phone, I looked it up and go, oh, the entire eclipse, the entire process lasted about 3 hours. So when I went and looked at the moon, it had kind of like a heavy mist across it, a little light shadow on it, which is the eclipse there. And I could see on the right-hand side, it was just starting to lighten up. And it's like, well, it probably would have been really cool to see half and half dark and that light, but I wasn't going to stay up that long. So I went back to bed. Not very well, but I did go back to bed and got some sleep eventually. But it's taken things like that, whether they are lunar, solar, sun, lunar, moon, celestial events like that, and get a chance to appreciate them, even for a little while. Like I went out for maybe 20 minutes to appreciate them like that, at the same time as sitting in your backyard and watching the birds, watching the squirrels. If you have pets, watching your pets, how they interact, how they walk around. Watching a hummingbird come into the feeder and watch it as they chase each other. I always think they're dogfighting each other because they're very territorial, but they're back and forth. Watching the birds interact, they go to a bird feeder water. Watching trees as they sway gently in the breeze. That's what I'm referring to as spending time in nature and actually celebrating, getting in contact with it. And again, you may have your own personal preference. I would prefer You could plant me on a beach and I could watch the waves rolling all day long. I don't have to do anything else. I'm good there. But if you don't have immediate access to that, what can you do in the meantime? Your pets, even houseplants. Something to go. Even there's been research shows that those that have houseplants are healthier over there. They got a better environment. But what time can you just spend in nature on a regular basis? And again, I admit I'm fully guilty of not taking advantage of this. I work out. A lot of times I go outside for part of my warm-ups. I might train partially outside, but it's not the same thing as sitting there and enjoying it and taking time to celebrate nature. So let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know how you celebrate nature. How do you immerse yourself in it? How do you enjoy it? All right. So again, just let me know your thoughts on that. Take care. We'll catch you next time. Balancing to you. Bye-bye.